that come out to the game for calendar day. What better way to pass the game than the pictures of your favorite mascot, the Foot and the Timberwolves dancers.
The National Basketball Association and the Minnesota Timberwolves are committed to a safe.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Hi everyone, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. And on tap tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at their home Target Center. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Charlotte. They're moving on up, 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And when I look at the Timberwolves, they've shown their capabilities, but it's been in flashes. If they want to move up this list, it may take greater focus, greater commitment.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Irving on the wing along with Thompson. Anthony Davis is out there with Derek Lively. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. And for the Timberwolves, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Gobert is out there with Randall. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. Early on, Greg, the potential landscape of the NBA very much open-ended.
An early win streak could really boost the team's outlook, kind of define their direction. So I expect to see them.
For Minnesota. And then for Dallas, Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Christie comes in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Hardy in for Dinwiddie. Now here is Davis. Defense right on him, and the shot goes in.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most defensive player of the year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. Here's Hardy, outside Davis. Lets it go from 14. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Mavericks leading. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Well, after their three-point shooting abandoned them in the finals, the Mavericks have addressed that shortcoming in a major way, acquiring one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. Klay is eager for a fresh start and an opportunity, I'm told, to add another ring to his championship resume. This should be a match made in heaven.
Without a doubt, Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks.
Double-digit boards, a regular occurrence for Gobert. Makes it easier to get those second-chance hoops, too.
Down low, here's Davis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Davis has got 9.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Gobert with a screen on Davis. Musa passes to Gobert. Here's Musa. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Lock at 6. Randall outside. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And it's Davis with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
Yeah, but this is the team they faced and beat in the postseason a year ago.
You're right. They took care of business against them in the conference finals. Now looking to do the same thing tonight.
Musa grabs the miss.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
How about that move? Pot Conley adjusting around the contact to get the finish.
There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Great open look there. He's got 5.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Musa passes to Gobert. McDaniels against Christie. To the middle. And Davis sends it back.
If you don't know exactly where Davis is, he's going to deny your shot, so you got to be aware of his presence.
Another 3 for Dallas.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Musa. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Dallas Mavericks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Dallas.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooter.
Hey, I know analytics shuns the mid-range game, but I tell you what, these guys have the shooters that can knock them down, and they're making it pay tonight.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Big men on the floor for Middleby, Washington, and Gafford. Dante Exum is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Marshall in at the small forward. Musa passes to Edwards. Tipped away. Stolen by Exum. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Irving's got 6.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Clark, Kyrie Irving has got to be as skilled a player as we've seen in the NBA.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen a better layup maker than him. And I played against Isaiah Thomas and read about Nate Archibald and some of the other great small ball guards. But, man, this kid, Kyrie Irving, well, young man now, 50, 40, 90 on the season. And a lot of times he's making acrobatic layups against 6'9", and 7-foot guys. Special. Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Mark, we were just talking, P.J. Washington has improved his defense, hasn't he?
He really has been intentional about getting better at that end of the floor. And, you know, he always had a good foundation for potentially being an outstanding defender, but then he put the work in. You know, he does a great job with his positioning. He's got excellent positional size, and because of all of that and his work, he's a versatile defender now that can make an impact at that end of the floor. Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Outside Irving. Washington sets the pick for Irving. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Musa. No good with the triple.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Here's Edwards. Edwards flies in to cap off the break. What hustle!
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards, confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Now Marshall. His last outing, he had 8 points. The shot's good from Irving.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Minnesota making some changes. Gobert comes in for Reed. And Mike Conley subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Here's Conley. It's tipped.
Well, it's rare to see a block shot from a perimeter player like Dinwiddie, but good job that time.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Another three for Dallas.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And Minnesota has possession. It's a 10-point game. Lobbed up there for Edwards. DiVincenzo against Irving. Washington, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Stick-to-itiveness, folks. That's what you see in Washington, and I love it. This guy attacks the glass.
Musa passes to Edwards. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Over Marshall. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Over in the corner, Edwards. Will it go? Driving in. The muscle from Edwards.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be. The Frenchman doesn't mess around down there. Gobert, what a vicious throwdown.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
All right, look who's coming off of the court. Come on, get back for your Timberwolves.
Some changes for Minnesota. Julius Randle's checked in for Smooth, and it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. Anthony Davis is for Edwards. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marshall's checked in. Here's Musa. He's guarded by Davis. And finished off by Gobert.
What a move by Gobert, closing that open space in the pick and roll.
Thompson outside. Dinwiddie a screen on McDaniel. The shot by Thompson, no good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Randle. The Mavericks pull it in. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Loads it up for Davis. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
That's exactly what a team needs when they're playing from behind. Energetic defense.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside Conley. Pass to Musa. Now Gobert. Picked by Randle. Here's Musa. Randle passes to Musa. Over Marshall. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Here's Dinwiddie, got a hand on it. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That's a jump ball.
With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and rolls.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. PJ can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. Good on the second free throw. Clark, in terms of young superstars, it doesn't get much better than Anthony Edwards.
Amen to that, partner. Every franchise wants a franchise player. Minnesota, I think, hit the jackpot drafting Edwards first overall back in 2021. Last year, we saw Ant-Man take it to another level, making his first of what I think will be many All-NBA teams.
Pass to Randall. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Klay Thompson, number 1.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
That free throw good from Randall.
And, you know, the impressive ascension of Randall has been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's a double-double threat who plays with relentless energy.
Both free throws good from Randall. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Out left to the wing. Gobert with a screen on Davis. Fires from the line. Musa can't hit.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
And Thompson kicks to Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Is McDaniel. Shoots over Gafford. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
Looking at Dallas, this is when it starts to get real. You pass the opening night energy, You're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do.
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Timberwolves.
They've been a step slow to close out on shooters all night, and that's why they've given up so many threes. Come on, man, show some hustle.
Perimeter D, apparently not their strong suit. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Man. Making a switch here. Musa's checked in, and then for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Haji Marshall comes in for Thompson. Christie subbed in for Irving. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Smooth out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. 13 feet away. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And it's denied. Pass to Marshall. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Christie. Dinwiddie outside. Produced screen on Conley. On its way from Dinwiddie for 2. And they'll get another chance. Davis against Randall. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Julius Randle picks one up.
There are very few that can handle and battle with Davis inside. I mean, he's got really tremendous strength and agility and a nice touch.
First one falls for him. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Well, there's no question, and he welcomes this, that Anthony Davis shoulders a heavy load on the defensive end.
And he should, and he does. I mean, he's a true anchor. He protects the rim. He can guard out on the perimeter. He communicates well. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. And he's a guy that can cover up a lot of mistakes from his teammates.
Here's Randall. And the layup's good off the glass. Randall's got 11.
Boy, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
Dinwiddie passes to Christie. With the putback, Davis on the follow.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Gobert, the screen. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Loads it up for Davis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
There's no stopping that. AD is too long and strong to bother that alley-oop.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Outside Edwards. 4 on the clock. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Dinwiddie outside.
2 minutes in the third. 2 minutes.
There's 1:54 left in the third quarter of the game. To the paint, here's Davis. Anthony Davis, too much size. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's made the decision he wants to huddle up with his guys.
Hey fans, who wants to free pizza? Make some noise!
Some changes here for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Dillingham comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Hardy, he's checked in for the Mavericks. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you've got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Marshall gets the bucket.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Musa. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Davis sends a screen to the inside. And it's Davis with the jam.
His ability to dominate games is what makes Anthony Davis a top-tier player.
And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. They trail by 18. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Now here's DiVincenzo. He has yet to score. Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Did not give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
Pass to Marshall. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Gafford with the steal. Anthony Davis attacking. And that one's good. Hardy's got his first 2 points of the night.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Dallas Mavericks. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Good D, good pull. Understand something, one shot, one rebound, and let's go. We take care of the ball, get good shots.
Efficiency, fundamentals, that's what I'm hearing from Jason Kidd right there.
Yeah, and there's a toughness to the way they're playing right now, and they're communicating. That's what Coach wants to keep seeing.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Dallas. Big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Kyrie Irving is out there with Christie. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's Musa. He's covered by Washington. Down it goes, jailing that one home.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And a deep three from Irving. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Mavericks lead by 20.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Here's Musa. He's covered by Washington. Musa with the bucket.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Here's Christie. Here's Irving. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
And again, shot good from Smooth. And it's 6 points for Smooth.
Well, they had a rough stretch shooting in the first half. I mean, they've seemingly made the changes they've needed to make to improve that shooting percentage.
Here's Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Kyrie Irving, special. I mean, as skilled a player as you'll ever see when it comes to handling the ball and scoring in close.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, they've continued to play pedal to the metal, leaking out and capitalizing with ease when they get opportunities in the open court.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
The first one falls. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
That one is no good. Well, you look at these role players the Mavs have, Clark. They've done a great job.
They really have, Kevin. I mean, the front office identified who the players were that could best play with their core stars. Needed defenders and guys that could catch and shoot the 3. They went out and loaded up the roster with those perfectly fitting role players.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Musa. He's covered by Washington. Back to DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen on Dinwiddie. Bounce pass Conley. Reed gets the bucket.
They've come into the second half with a renewed focus at the offensive end, putting a lot of work and effort into it. Let's see if they can sustain it.
Conley against Dinwiddie. Reed with the block.
Great denial by Reed. Boundless energy he brings.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Timberwolves trail by 17. Here's Musa. And a missed layup.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
On the wing, Dinwiddie. Outside Irving. Pass to Washington. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
That was silky smooth there by Washington. Only takes him a few seconds to lock and load.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
Oh, that's nice.
Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Julius Randle comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Then for the Mavericks, Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Davis comes in for Washington. And Kayla Martin subbed in for Marshall. Inside, stolen by Martin. Pass to Irving. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Musa's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Conley, the pass to Musa. Back to Conley. Here's Randle, covered by Irving. Outside, Edwards. Trains it from beyond the arc. Edwards got 12 points in just the second half.
Edwards loves those long-range bombs. He's a confident shooter.
Davis kicks to Martin. Dinwiddie for 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Conley, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
And he knocks down the first one. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
McDaniels, he's checked in for Smooth. And Conley drops them both.
Starting to find a rhythm from the line now as they try to cut into this deficit.
Mavericks leading by 50. Here for the Timberwolves. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Washington comes in for Anthony Davis. Marshall, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Dante Exum in for Dinwiddie. Exum finds Washington. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Mavericks.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And every win important, and this one will go down. Oh!
The assist.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Musa, stolen by Exum. And now the fast break Exum with the ball. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Gafford with the steal. Marshall dishes to Exum. no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Hey, they're professionals too.